Oh, yeah.
Oh, great to see you guys today. So we've got a session on quadruped today. But before we launch into that, does anyone want to share any great insights they've had, or anything in particular that's been going on, or anything?
Kay's climbing on Monday.
Yeah, I was just
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
okay.
Corey's climbing too.
Sorry. Oh yeah, Corey. Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget about Corey.
Haha.
I was getting to him. But yeah.
Hey, you did awesome.
The Rob climb with you guys?
Yeah.
Sorry?
The Rob climb with you?
Yeah, but he didn't put his video up, but he did fantastic.
Yeah.
It was like
The sore? Was your sword, did it say?
Yeah, really sore.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
What was sore, Kay?
You should see the amount of bruises I've got.
Hey, I wear knee pads.
Yeah.
I think Kay needed a lot more than knee pads to save her from the bruises.
Crash helmet and
well, maybe a plus.
The wall was slanted, so that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And screen that work.
But she improved with each climb markedly. By that last one, the technique you had for pushing off that left foot was magic, and it's almost revelatory for someone who was previously diagnosed hemiplegia.
Yeah,
it was great.
It looked really good.
And Chelsea with the jiu-jitsu kicking.
Yeah, I know.
Amazing work.
I'm waiting on Amber. Amber is gonna try it.
Nice.
I hope. I know. When I get better.
Yeah.
Oh, when you get better, you will. Yeah, I think there is a good neighborhood place opening up. Oh, well, good. Yeah. So I think it'll be good. I hope. We'll see. That'll be good because that's awesome. The movement. I had it be fun. Yeah, it is run by an old high school wrestling coach.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So.
Don't mess with Amber.
Yeah, when I get better, then I will. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are, Emma.
Yeah.
Well, we've got how many things we're going to do? We've got about half a dozen techniques that we're going to look at today, but we're going to start off with just a warm up with a breath stop. So I thought that's a nice way just to stretch out the whole body. So if you want to just try a couple of breath saws either side. Try and make sure that you've got a pillow or a cushion to support your head, so that your head can remain in line with your spine. So Brooke, I don't know if you have, if you've got, something like a cushion or a pillow or something.
Just roll up a jumper or a towel or something. There you go.
Yeah, awesome. Great, that's great. Brooke, well done. And if you're able to, I don't know if you can grab your uppermost knee. So try and get that knee at least as high as your belly button if you can. And that is looking very good, guys.
Well, one of the big things with getting the knee above the belt line is when it's in that position, it locks the lower lumbar. Now, your lower lumbar vertebrae are not supposed to have great mobility. It's a little bit of an irony because people will always feel they've got a stiff back and will want to try to stretch out their lower back and rotate it. Well, the reason why your lower back will get stiff is because you're not moving enough in your upper back. So your lower back is having to move. So the stiffness is trying to protect it and trying to stop it moving. So what you want to try to do is have that knee inflection before you rotate, because you don't want that lower lumbar rotating. Because you've got so much power in your hips, the lower lumbar is a deliberately constrained system. So it always tries to be aligned with your hips so that any power you generate there has an aligned segment so you can control and direct it. So if you ever see these lunatics sticking their legs out and trying to get extra mobility in their lower lumbar, just shake your head and pity them. Don't copy them. That looks good, that TJ.
Yeah, well done. Well done.
I see Julie, she's got this great strap technique.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So when you've done a couple on each side, the next thing we're going to have a look at is, so we're going to work on an unloaded pattern, like an unloaded quadruped pattern to begin with. So we're going to have a go at the dead bugs, and maybe Linda, can you give us a quick demonstration of dead bugs? Yep. I've just got to find you on. Thank you. So you're just looking for that opposite hand and the knee to directly point up to the ceiling. And also you notice with what Linda's doing, she's just relaxing the ankle and the foot at the end, relaxing the knee so that the heel drops down towards the back of your thigh. You can, like Linda's doing this kind of pretty kind of fluently, but if you're struggling to get the pattern, just really take your time with it, and yeah, just take your time. It's really nice, Chelsea, looking really good. Really good. Brooke, you can let your foot drop if you like. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, so you're not using any of your like the front thigh muscle to keep that knee unflexed.
Extended. I believe extended is the technical term, Crispin.
Yes, it's funny. It's like yeah, because like in full flexion, 90-degree flexion will be more extended, won't it? Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Although we can go with unflexed, right? You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. All right, guys, that is looking very good. That is looking very good. Any comments or feedback or anything about being unflexed or similar? Yeah, very nice, Timo. It's good. Yeah, okay. Feeling good? All right then. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start loading the now we're going to start loading the quadruped patterns. So So maybe Tom can give us a demonstration of the cat camel. So let's so take your time, Tom. So of course, every week we kind of talk about this, but I think it's good to keep mentioning it. The setup is the key, right? So Tom, you can see Tom's got his hands under his shoulders, knees under his hips. He's looking ahead a little bit. And yeah, what we're looking for is an out breath on full flexion there, and then an in breath on extension there. Now what we're looking for with Tom in particular, because you'll notice like the upper part of Tom's spine, it's a little bit easier for him to flex there. So we're also looking to see if we can get a little bit of flexion in kind of like the lower, I guess it would be if you split the spine into quarters, it would be the lower third, really. Trying to get a little bit more flexion there. Great work, Tom. It's really nice. So, and again, you can really take your time with this. So there's no rush. Just take your time, having a really nice setup, and see if you can sync your breathing as much as you can into the technique. When you've done a few, just take a break and try a few more. But really see if you can explore the very end of range of what you can manage. You know? So
That's really good, that, Chelsea. Nice.
Gary, I wonder if see if you could keep your body weight over your arms and your knees equally. What might be happening is that as you go into flexion, you might be coming off your arms a little bit there. If you can
it can sometimes be a little helpful to move back if you're struggling to get into flexion. I think what Gary's doing is actually a little bit intuitive.
Yeah, right.
When you move, well, when you go over your hands, then your shoulders are going to be at the highest point. But if you want to try to get that flex spine, you want the middle higher than the shoulders, and so that it can help. That's good, Gary. That's really good.
Yeah. That's helpful to know. Yeah, I can see that. Thanks, Steve. Yeah, good shout there. Are people happy with the syncing of the breath and stuff for that? You guys look like you're doing really well. Get that spine as extended as you can, TJ. That's it. Yeah, keep going if you can. Keep those elbows straight if you're able to. Good work. Really nice. Really nice there, TJ. Well done. Really, yes, just really stretch into extension there, TJ, as much as you can. Great work. Great work.
Yeah, and exactly as TJ is doing there, when you go into extension, the head comes up, and you go into flexion, the chin goes to the chest. That's excellent, Timo.
All right, guys, well done. Okay, so hopefully you're feeling nice and kind of warmed up now. So now we're going to work on a little bit more stability type stuff. So maybe Corey, do you want to give us a demonstration of the bird dog?
Yeah.
So you guys can really tailor this depending on depending on what you're successful at and what you're working towards. So so maybe Corey, if you just show us like a version with just your leg extended to begin with. So keep your hands down. So again, just the same as the cat camel, your setup will be crucial. And Corey takes his foot into the midline and then lifts up. Yeah. So if you're happy challenging your stability just by moving the leg, then that is fantastic. And then if you're able to, you can also use that opposite arm to stretch forward with. And you'll notice that as Corey does that, he's got his thumb uppermost, almost like you're shaking someone's hand. And so the sole of the foot goes back towards the floor, back towards the wall.
I can reach out to the rear there, Corey, so you straighten that leg. That's much better. Much better. Takes that bend out of the knee.
Good effort. Good effort. Steve, anything else that you want to jump in there about the breathing with the bird dog or anything else? Or
one thing that I would say is if someone's struggling with just putting the leg to the rear and they're putting it to the midline, if that is still a challenge for you, then just when you take the foot to the rear, keep it in line with the hips. Because when you take it to the rear and go to the midline, that's when you introduce a rotational challenge. And if the rotational challenge, as well as the challenge of removing the support from under the hips, is too much, well then just keep it in line with the hips so you don't get that rotation. Similarly, if you want to practice removing the support from the arm, from the hand, but you can't reach forwards, then just disengage the hand from the floor. Good. And that's all you need. That's great, that TJ. Try and get that spine into a bit of extension, a bit like in that camel. So hold that position and breathe, mate. That's excellent now. That spinal position's a lot better. Now return to the start position. DJ, that's brilliant. That is so moved on, mate. And Timo, that's great. Disengaging the hand as well. Excellent. Just stay in that position and breathe, mate. Yeah. That lighting effect is working again in your room, Timo.
What's that?
You know, that lighting effect in your room.
Yes, it is. You know,
It makes you look like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah. You ever wear a hat? I bet you terrify your kids, mate.
Halloween. But
nice, Jules. Well done. Yeah, lovely.
And Gary, let's see that leg to the rear again, mate. Good. There's something which we saw there. You're starting to get some what I call neurological intelligence, because your position you're in now, you'll see that you're slightly behind your hands. But the moment you moved your foot to the rear, you automatically shifted over your hands because you need more support from them. Although not in that instance. When you were on the other side, before you moved, sorry, as you moved the foot back, you put your weight over your hands. See, your shoulders are behind them again now. But if you're stable, that's fine. Just stay stable and breathe. But the fact that you had that reactive stability of searching out getting the weight over the hands is a real encouraging sign. That's great, mate. Really stable.
Alrighty. Okay, so so we're cracking through things. So, okay, so now what we're going to do now is we're going to have a go at something which I'm hoping might help some of you with the Turkish get-up. So we're going to use a quadruped pattern to see if we can work on something that might help some of you with the Turkish get-up. Or Steve will say, actually, Crispin, what the hell are you doing, mate? That's not going to work. So let's stand by and let's see what happens. Okay. So what I noticed over the last couple of weeks, or actually maybe a bit longer, is for lots of people, you kind of get to the Turkish get-up, you get to this stage, and there's always a challenge in getting this space between the foot of the up knee and the hand, to get that spacing right, so that you can lift the bottom and then clear that knee in order to come up. So, and there's and so how can we get this? How can we get this working a little bit more easily? So what I thought we could do tonight is I thought we could use the crowd crawling pattern to see if we can help get some scapular depression and elevation. So of course, when we do this move in the Turkish, we've got to push a lot through this foot, but there's also a little bit of scapular depression going on in that arm. So if I show you from the back here, what happens is the muscles around the scapula they've got to lift your body up while the scapula and the arm stay still. So that muscle, the serratus anterior, that sits on the underside of your shoulder blade, that's got to lift or contribute to lifting your whole body up. Yeah. So the shoulder and the arm stay still. That all comes from that scapulothoracic kind of relationship, really. So what I thought is, why don't we have a go at doing it, not single arm, but so we get into a crowd position with the hands just behind your bottom and the feet like so, and then just having a go at seeing if that helps anybody. So yeah, so the hands stay still, the arms stay locked out, and can you push evenly just to clear your bottom up? Yeah, just to clear your bottom off the floor.
And choose the hand position that suits you. You see, Crispin had his fingers pointing forward, but it's equally relevant to have them pointing out to the side or pointing behind, whichever suits you on this one.
Yeah, whatever's comfortable, really.
That's it, Corey. Suits you, sir. Yeah, no fans of the fast show here, then. You know, I knew you wouldn't know that one, Tom. I wasn't going to try and call you out. Kay, did you remember the fast show? You remember the fast show?
Yeah.
Why didn't you get my suit you, sir, gag then?
Sorry.
You know what? I am a man alone here sometimes. A man alone.
I don't know. I was busy trying to get into the crab.
DJ, that is awesome, mate. Breathe. Remember to breathe there, mate. Maybe pull that right arm a little bit more in. That's it. So it's got more underneath you. Just find the position and breathe, mate.
Wow. Chelsea, could I, let's have a look. Let's, Chelsea, maybe you could help us out here, Chelsea. Chelsea, could you do that again? What you were doing there? Now, I could be wrong here, but I wonder if you're lifting your bottom through a little bit of hip extension rather than the scapulothoracic movement. So see if you can keep your bottom completely still. Don't think about moving your bottom. Just think about trying to get your head closer to the ceiling using your, yeah, so so come down again. Just look straight ahead, and just see if you can, yeah, how, can you feel, does that feel any different to the, like, can you feel your scapula's moving? So don't lift your bottom, just see if...
Purpose.
But you wanted him to say bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. What's that like, Chelsea? Let's have a look. Yeah. Let's Santiago here. Let's have a look.
Sorry, if you could just flip back to Chelsea again.
Yeah. There we go.
And you go up into as high a crab as you can, think. Right. Okay. 1 second. And do it again, please. Yes. Thank you. You can carry on. You'll know what I'm doing in a minute.
In your bottom.
She's thinking about it.
Santiago, could you just show us again what you're doing there? Yeah. So it's actually a pretty small movement, really, because you're only going as far as your scapulars can shift through that muscle work. So you'll notice, like, the angle of Santiago's body doesn't change actually that much. Santiago, can you try and lift your belly button to the ceiling now? Can you see there, like the accent and down again? One more time. So you can see there that Santiago's angle, the angle of his chest goes from like maybe 80 degrees up to, I don't know, like 45. Oh yeah, sorry, the what you just did earlier, just lifting the belly button up. Yeah, now like it's kind of swung up to, you know, maybe, I don't know. You can see that the angle has massively changed. And now do just the scapular movement. You could say. Yeah, can you see that? So he's cleared his bottom off the floor, but he's used his scapulars to do it rather than like like the hip extensors or something. What does the difference feel like to you, Santiago? What because you're doing two different movements there. What are they?
So I think this one I'm just pushing against the floor with my hands. Whereas this one, I'm trying to, like you say, move more with my hip and my belly button.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
What
Steve,
you'll be able to see if you just 1 second. There you go. It might be difficult for some of you to see how your hip is actually driving this. But if you see here on the left, where this is the shape of Chelsea's hip here, you can see it's a bit of a closed V. And so her glutes, which are the strongest group of muscles she's got, are what's responsible for opening that hinge. And so then you can see here, and obviously just there is her bottom. And in lifting her bottom, she flattens out the V. So that's the hips are opening up. And you can see that in this position here, her knees are behind her heels. And then in opening the hinge, that's shifted the knees forward.
Yeah.
Now Chelsea's got quite a wide stance between the hands and the feet. Now that is what's going to dictate how far past your ankles you can get your knees. Now the hips are the strongest thing we've got, and your quality in almost any complex movement is going to come down to the question of how well do I get my hips involved. So now, whereas we might have some drills as Crispin's doing here, the purpose of his drill is to get that scapula rotated. In trying to push yourself up and get a high, solid position, once again, it's how do you involve those hips? And you push them up and open them out. And you'll see the importance of having the hands still underneath the shoulders. So you can see in the starting position here, the hands are behind the shoulders, the knees are behind the hips. That gives her the room to bring the knees forward, drive the hips up, bring the knees forward, and then the shoulders have still got some room to go backwards. Now you'll see here, the shoulders are slightly behind the hands now. That's a little bit of a stability risk. So what should have happened is those knees should have gone forward more. You see, they're a bit vertical. Knees are a bit vertical. Shoulders are behind the hands. If she just kept the hands and feet where they were, but shifted the knees forward, that would be a far more stable position. Does that make sense to everyone, or is it me just being self-indulgent with anatomy and physics? Well, you couldn't see it, Chelsea. I was drawing on you when
I look like the exorcist in that one picture, but no, I kind of got it.
Yeah.
And
or rather, where are we? That's if we can now get a moving picture. And now have you set yourself up?
sorry, I wasn't expecting that.
So if you go up now, yeah. Knees have gone further forward. The shoulder's still a little bit behind the hands. That's why it's not quite as stable as it could be. Knees further forward, shoulders, move your shoulders forward. There you go. And that's going nowhere. Nice and solid, Tank.
Okay. Makes a little bit more sense. But trying to figure out what is in your head sometimes doesn't really come up right.
Yeah. that makes sense to you, Crispin?
You think because the actual, like if Chelsea was going to if Chelsea was going to crawl in the crab crawl, that configuration would make perfect sense, wouldn't it? That would be ideal.
Yeah.
But in relation to like if we go back to this interesting phase of the Turkish get up here, like yeah, is that when you talked about the knee going
exactly
forward?
See, there's your knee goes forward, you go into dorsiflexion, so that allows you to drive that with the hips. The hips are the strongest thing we've got, so that's what you want to try to bring to bear. And also if you lift with the hips there, you're just going up in a straight line, so you can keep the center of gravity over that line. See, the line between your foot and your hand, that's your stability line, and you need to keep the center of gravity on that line. The moment you take it behind, you'll fall backwards. If you put it in front, you would fall forwards if your foot wasn't there, you know. And so that's the crux, and that's why if as and when you draw that foot back and underneath you, well, then the shoulders have to come forward, exactly as you can see you doing there, to counterbalance it. So it's got to rotate around that axis. It's not just a case of moving everything back, because then you just fall backwards.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah. Any questions or comments on that? Anyone? Any from what Steve's just shared there?
I think everyone here has got the Turkish get up in them, up to the seating position at least. And then TJ did a brilliant example of moving from the seated position into the quadruped.
Yeah.
So I think everyone's got the drill if you wanted to move forward with that.
Well, I was going to look at one more aspect to this, and again, yeah, would value your thoughts on this, Steve. But whether so something that we have done before here. So this part here. So we've got a bit of hip extension and scapular depression here, and then here, this kind of rotation through the body. Whether we can work on this a little bit with this. I'm sure Kay came up with a name for this move. I can't remember what it is. But here, so you're in quadruped. You drop down to one elbow with your hand near the fingers of the other hand, and then you're going to come up on your toes.
Yeah, nice.
So you're kind of trying to control that rotation, but in a slightly easier way than we do in the Turkish. So coming from the toes, swing the knees out, lower down, and then so the elbow goes down, and close to the fingers of the other one. Come up on your toes. And of course, we're looking for control rather than some jiu-jitsu sweep.
That's nice, Santiago. On the side, yeah. Excellent. Yeah, bang on, mate. Bang on. Nice and simple. Excellent, Corey. That's excellent, Timo.
Thank you.
Just spoiled me gag there. I was going to say Freddy Krueger's having a nightmare.
Not this time.
So keep that weight forward. Don't let it get behind that elbow. Excellent. Timo, that's great. And
all right, thanks, Steve.
What you want to focus on there is getting awareness. And that awareness of where your center of gravity is in relation to your base of support. Your base of support is that elbow. And then your two sets of toes. And just get awareness of that and the implications of moving it in different directions. That's this. Now you know you've got the movement. I would turn this into a learning drill. It's not a mobility drill, or you could call it stability drill, because stability is neurology. That's it. You get that awareness of where you felt threatened in the position.
Yeah, it's about keeping the weight forward, right?
Yeah. Keeping it inside that elbow. Because when you were doing it on the other side, you were inside it all of the time. Now, that may have something to do with the relationship of the position of the feet to the elbow. Not quite sure.
Let's see.
Thank you.
That is excellent. But you can also see, I don't know if you were aware of it, but you realize how much you were bending the elbow so that you could rotate the body in and take the body in. Let's go on the other side now.
So it's further down.
Well, you just do what comes naturally first, mate. That's it. So take that, flex that belt, come in on the bicep a bit more. That's it. And there you go. Lovely and stable. Mate, that's great. Excellent, Timo. That's going to be really instructional for skills that you can take into other movements, mate.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah, no nightmare at all there, mate.
Yeah. Remember, your control there also was really good. Really nice. It was good. TJ, I was just looking. I think your quadruped might be a little bit cramped before you're trying to lower yourself down. So you might not have quite enough space to work with. I think your knees were quite a way forward from your hips. So have another go.
I think this might be a little challenging for Gary and TJ, because I'm not sure if they'll be able to come up onto their toes in the quadruped position.
Okay, that's a fair shout. Yeah.
And if you can't get on your toes, you definitely can't do it. Trust me.
Yeah. And for you, that's it. For you to get up in that position, TJ, you need to get your weight over those hands so they can push you up. But I think for you and Gary, it's going to be a challenging one. This, but possibly too much so.
When we did this a few months ago, we named it the bump twist.
Oh, yeah.
That's it, Tom. That's it.
After dances from the 80s and the 50s, the bump and the twist.
That's it. I remember now. Thank you.
I'll have to defer to you on the 50s, mate.
I was pretty young then.
Okay, so Steve, the only other thing I had on my list was the crawling pattern. But maybe if you had any suggestions for which crawling pattern, how we might organise it, how you would see that.
I wouldn't mind seeing TJ and Gary do the half Turkish get up, just as a replacement for this exercise, and then everyone can do a crawl of their choice.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Go to TJ. Want to start with the do the half Turkish get up? So start from lying down on your back. That was quite a confident descent there, mate. Now go down onto that elbow before you don't just flop down. Go down rotate onto the elbow. So you drop that left elbow to the floor.
Elbow.
Or just flop straight down, mate. Saki.
He was talking to you. Did you hear him? He can't hear that well.
Yes.
He was trying to tell you to go down on an elbow.
It's all right, Julie. I've got a wife. I'm used to being ignored.
I should have repeated it. I didn't realize it didn't hear. Good.
Right. So remember, don't bring it over. That's it. Don't bring it over like an airplane wing. Bring it across that chest so the lever isn't working against you. Take the fingers past the fingertips so you can feel that elbow dig in. And then keep rolling. Roll into that arc. Draw that arc and flip the elbow. Fantastic, mate. Awesome. Now, that's it. Now just breathe in that position. And now you want to bring that left foot. You're going to flex at the knee and bring the foot to the foot. That's it. Keep that balance forward. And now you're going to look to place that right hand in front of that left knee. And roll your weight onto that left hand. And now I'm just going to tell you, mate, I want you to get into the quadruped position from there. I want you to slow down, breathe, figure it out. Yes. Brush, remember, slow down, breathe, figure it out. And a bit further forward, mate. That's it. Do that again, and that's basically crawling.
Good job.
Awesome, mate.
TJ.
Now let's come back down graceful then. Sit on those ankles. And get a hand out to the side and allow yourself to drop the hips.
Good job.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Did you hear him say hand out to the side? Here first.
Awesome, mate. Gary's assume the position. There you go, mate. All over to you, guys. That's it. Roll into it. Roll into it. That's good. Let's think about that right leg. Have that foot where it needs to be, mate. No, it needs to be bent, mate. Bent with the flat of the foot on the floor. That's it. Being overruled. Now, so you want to bend that left knee and take that left foot to the right foot. So you're going to roll slightly. You're going to twist the leg, but bend the knee and take the foot to the foot. Yeah. Now that's the position you want to be in. Now you want to alter. You want to get that right hand down. Get the right hand on the floor. And now you want to get into the quadruped. So you're probably going to have to advance those hands to the camera, knee down. Beautiful, mate. Slow down, breathe, figure it out. Don't get too wide. You need more support.
Nice.
Great stuff, Gary.
Awesome.
Excellent, mate.
Gary.
Brilliant. Guys, you're putting some building blocks in place now, and your progress is just speeding up as a result. Excellent to see, guys. Stand down, Gary.
Look easy, Gary.
Yeah. So, Crispin, over to you for your last one, mate.
Okay. Alrighty. So what we'll do is we'll just, because there are quite a lot of crawling patterns. I'll let you guys choose just a crawling pattern of your choice, really. So, but but in your choice, you want to make sure that it's the crawling pattern that's most going to help you, not necessarily that's, yeah, whatever you think, whatever you guys think, whatever the crawling patterns that's going to help you the most tonight or today, really. So let's have Corey, do you want to start us off with a
Yeah.
crawling pattern?
I'll do a crab crawl, and then I'll do a creepy crawl back.
That's really expansive crab crawling, that mate.
Mm-hmm.
Do the
He's going to transition through a squat. Oh,
Oh,
no.
Wow.
Nice, Corey, very nice.
this way.
Wow.
So keep those knees nice and low, mate. Well done. Corey, love it. That is really good. That is really nice. Well done.
that was cool.
Really good, Corey. Nice
Well
one.
done, Chris.
Bravo.
Thank
Timur, what's your
Let's go with the good old baby crawl.
you.
awesome. Give it your best shot, mate.
Maybe with a shot.
That was looking really good, Timur. So then that was looking nice.
He came a little
Well,
bit
thank
inside
you.
with that knee.
Yeah.
But one of the things I would say, mate, is try to get them underneath the hips at the start, because at the moment they're a little wide, and so that then makes you sort of waddle a bit as you crawl. If you see what I mean?
More shifting, right?
Yeah, because if they're underneath, they can swing backwards and forwards. If they're wide, they have to sort of go round. That's good. That's it, mate. Keep that breathing. Nice. It's nice and small steps. Nice and small steps.
Yeah.
See that? Because that right hand was got a little too far ahead of you, didn't it?
It did, yes.
So don't worry about resetting your position. If you notice something which is suboptimal, pause,
Right.
correct it.
Timur, great work.
Timo. Excellent.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah, I
nice.
feel like once you get going, it gets better.
Yeah, but awareness, mate, isn't it? You know, with each step, you're getting the reminder of what worked before.
Right.
So, but you're so consistent with that now compared to where you used to be. So consistent.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's excellent,
Right.
mate. Well done.
Well
All right,
done,
cool.
Timur. Jules, let's what crawl technique would you want to
I'll
try?
try the crab.
Nice.
Yeah.
Brilliant work, Jules.
Great.
Brilliant.
That was really good. Going forward.
Ah, that's hard.
Very hard.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of coordination.
Yeah.
Jules, there you might be TikToking a little bit actually. I think are you moving your left side
No,
lower limb?
I know what you're saying. It appears that, but you see that his right hand would move than his left foot.
Oh, I'm glad someone more observant than I am. Jules, that was amazing, mate. Well done.
Thank you. Cheers.
Really nice. Did it feel okay?
Yeah. I started that end, and by the time I got here, I was getting the rhythm.
Yeah.
Getting to understand it, and then had to sort of rethink it on the way back. Do you know what I mean?
It's not like doing the same thing in a different direction. When you switch, the pattern's just completely different again. Although what I would say for where you want to look to progress, because you're doing fine, mate, and if you're doing well, then you want to look to progress. Is you want to try to look to move both the hand and the foot at the same time. When you go backwards.
I was wondering that. Yeah.
Yeah, because you've got a lot of competency in the pattern. There's a little bit of a flaw around the left arm. When you do the left arm stride.
Right.
Now, don't quite know what it was. I don't think it's a naughty left arm. I think it's the position it's being asked to work in. If you're sort of either overstriding with the others or whatever, it has to sort of raise gravity. That's because it moved from a position in front of the shoulder to one behind it quickly. So basically, what it's saying is, in the position before you move it, you need it for stability. But if you need it for stability and you move it, you're going to fall. So that's why you sort of race with it.
Right.
So it's more the orientation of everything else that is that's affecting that.
It's putting it out almost.
Yeah. Well, it basically it's saying, Mike, it's your turn to move now. But also, your neurology is saying, I need you for stability. And it's like, come on, fellas, can't ride two horses with one arse,
Right.
But the way I think you should look to resolve that, rather than focusing on that individually, I think if you look to try to move both at one time, that just means you've got to get your stability out of the down hand and the down foot, the contralateral ones. That's it. We're getting it out of that. And you might have to raise gravity a bit with that, but you sort of accept that if you're moving two limbs at once.
Yeah.
I think that is where your improvement will come, and you'll start to get. See, as I'm, there's no music on. That is that sort of movement. In fact, as something you can do now, if you move down towards your feet, give yourself some space behind you. This is just off the back of my disco shoulders there. Now, if you sort of just add me in, if you like that, keep your feet and hips where they are, or lie your back on the floor.
Oh, back on the floor.
Yep. So lie down, but feet and hips where they are.
Yeah.
And then remember my disco shoulders.
Yeah.
Use your disco shoulders to crawl on the floor. Use your feet as well, but crawl, reaching with your shoulders. And this will feed directly in to the crab crawl pattern. And I reckon once you sort of work this one out, the crab crawl will just come to you like that.
It's easier when you cross your arms over the front. Get around the way, otherwise it gets stuck.
Okay.
Yeah, because Kay's just volunteered to demo it to you, Jules.
No, I was actually going to do a completely different crawl.
Yeah, you can. You can. This isn't your crawl. This is.
Oh, okay. This is an extra crawl.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm rubbish at it, so I can't do both feet, individual feet at the same time. But
see, she rolls up onto the shoulder and uses that as like a pivot point. Maybe use a slightly wider feet. Okay, each time you place it, that'll be able to give you that angle to roll up onto. Yes, just like that. Yep, there you go. Excellent, Kay. Get your breath back. We shall return. That makes sense, Jules.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah. And it's, that's, here we go, disco shoulders again. That movement lying down, but each time you go up onto there, that goes in as a point of rotation. Lift the other one up, reach it past it, and go there, and then you're coming along. Obviously, I demo, but I'm in the kitchen.
Corey's pretty good at
it. He's been thrown under the bus, Corey. Go on, mate.
Disco.
Disco shoulders.
Steve can dance.
That's almost perfect, but what you'd like to see, Corey waits until afterwards to bring the leg up. You could bring that leg up as you're moving, and so you can make it continuous. I think I'm duty bound now, aren't I, to try and demo it on the kitchen floor.
We're all doing a rubbish attempt.
I'm in my Edmund Blackadder running bottoms. Not that anyone other than Kay and Crispin will know who Edmund Blackadder is.
Blackadder go running? I didn't know that he did.
Let's see if that's got enough there.
The jury has begun.
Oh.
Stop.
Just like that.
How did that look?
Look like a mop.
Cleaning the floor.
The floor's gonna be nice and clean.
Yeah.
You got some good materials today.
Am I getting ribbed there?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
All right.
This
That was a great demo. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's go for Linda and Kay. What would be your
Sounds creepy.
No.
Oh, the good old commando crawl.
Yeah.
That's really good, Kay.
And a creepy claw. Nice.
That's great, Kay.
Thank you. I may have been practicing.
Wow, Linda, going backwards.
Back to the creepy crawl there from Linda.
Linda, that's really nice. That's
Good, but
Well done, Kay. Yeah.
better than it was.
really nice. You're keeping your left heel kind of more vertical that time as well.
Yeah, that was really, it was really behaving itself, wasn't it?
That was really nice. Very nice.
Well done, both.
Alrighty. Okay, let's go for Santiago and Chelsea. What will your
Well, I haven't done the cupid crawl in a while because I've been trying to bend my knee more. Because I locked it out.
The stinky cat.
No, it's a kinky cat.
That one. A kinky cat.
That's great, Santiago. Excellent coordination, mate.
Kinky cat crawl.
really nice?
It's awesome.
Good, really good.
And he's low.
Getting close to a Spider-Man crawl, I think.
Yeah, I did some sumo or got some army crawling before. I almost said sumo crawl, but I don't know what that is.
You're not alone in that one.
I don't know what I'm doing now.
Where'd that birdie go? Huh.
Brilliant. Nicely done, guys.
I'm bowing. Good job, son. Good work.
Really nice. Really nice. Okay, and Santiago's having a go at the. Do that again, Santiago. That was looking pretty good.
Yeah, do it again.
I'm trying to clean the floors like Steve.
Yeah.
Good.
Excellent. Just slow it down a little and try to get that coordination with the leg. Because the real key part is moving the non-working leg up into position while you're up on the other shoulder.
Yeah, you missed the spot.
Too much momentum.
But try to roll up onto the shoulder more. And but not so much into a bridge, into a roll. So you're just going onto one shoulder, and you can slow the whole movement down. That's it, and just yes, like that. Brilliant, mate.
Good tip.
Slow down, breathe, figure it out.
In the words of Eric.
Great work.
I taught Eric that thing.
Okay, Brooke and Amber, you want to what will your what's your crawling patterns, do you think?
Oh, what can I do, Steve? What should I do? The shoulder one? Or
I love how it zooms in too.
not very good. Not my.
Amber, that's looking great. Great. Brooke, you want to try and do just do your crab crawling look really good there. Do you want to just try just a couple more?
Not good.
Well, good, Amber.
What's interesting about the crab crawl, Amber?
I'm back. That's at least I'm back.
Amber, what's interesting about the crab crawl is, especially when you go backwards, is that it's a hip hinge. It's a hip hinge that drives it. So you place the foot that's going to push you off. That comes closer which brings the hips together, and then you extend at the hips, and that moves you backwards. Now, why that's interesting for you is we've been trying to diagnose that movement problem, and the problem is in hip hinging, but it's in hip hinging, but only when weight bearing. So that gives us a little bit more information. Hip hinging by itself isn't the problem. It's hip hinging while weight bearing. But that's another one.
Great.
The crab crawling looked fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good, wasn't it?
Really, really good work, Brooke. Well done. Well done. Now we have Tom. Here you go, mate. What's
Here comes Spider-Man.
I'll.
Superman.
I was gonna do it kind of what Corey did, the crab with a creepy with a
Batman
squat transition.
Yeah, creepy crab crawl.
I like it.
Kinky house cat.
Nice.
Nice, mate. Ooh. Oh, unlucky, mate. Unlucky. It's a big ask.
I wasn't even trying to stand. But I did. That was a spontaneous stand.
Nice.
Definitely improving though, because obviously the blocker for you there was you couldn't get the squat wide enough.
Yeah.
It is often the opposite for people's problem. They normally can't squat with their feet narrow. So that's a bit of an irony that. But keep working on that one, mate. I mean, the fact that you are looking to take it on is a big indicator in itself. You know.
nice phrase. Taking it on. That's a nice phrase. I like that. So, DJ, what will you take on now? And you've got to finish this off. I think has Gary dropped off? Yeah.
I think so. I give a crawl.
Go for it, mate.
We also don't know the other ones yet. So.
And then slow down, breathe, figure it out, mate. Fantastic. Just think about small steps. You didn't do anything wrong in particular there, mate. It was just that you were challenging yourself with large steps. If you just take small steps, your base never particularly gets narrowed. That's it, just like that, mate. Just like that. Now a small step with that knee. That's it. Get your stability. Excellent. Yes. Brilliant, mate. Breathe. Figure it out, mate. Just a small one with that knee. That's it. Now, if it doesn't, yeah, excellent. Now breathe, and if it doesn't feel stable, mate, just think about what you need to readjust. Just go by feel. And if you have to move a hand twice, you have to move it twice. So now just pause a sec there, TJ. Just pause a sec there. And Julie, you can recognize this as well. So see how close together is right knee and right hand are. No big problem per se. It's just that when he moves that left knee forward, his base is going to be really narrow. And so unless he is supporting his weight with that right hand, that's it. You move that there. Now I'd move that left knee, and then I'd move that right hand again. But to be honest, I think it's probably working your neurology, how close you are to the sofa as well. TJ, that's brilliant. You're at the crawling stage now. 2 weeks ago, you couldn't hold a quadruped. Now you're crawling. That's awesome.
That's awesome. You're great.
That is so impressive. That is really impressive. Good work. That's
What pattern do you fancy, Brooke? Where have you been? You haven't been, have you?
I did the grab call.
Oh, did you?
What did the crawl with Amber.
Oh yeah. So you're trying to put you through it twice here. Oh, you got yourself kettlebells as well.
Oh yes, this is my bedroom training area.
That's great stuff.
Nice. Well, guys, fantastic work as ever. Yeah, lots of nice things to kind of pick up on for you individually, hopefully. But as a group, you guys are just outstandingly awesome as usual. And I think what's Saturday, Steve? What's the plan Saturday?
What's tomorrow, mate? Tomorrow is the Chelsea and Corey show.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, wow.
Good.
And what's on the menu tomorrow, Chelsea and Corey?
That's
going to cover flying.
Nice.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We don't need to do this anymore. We'll just fly around.
Yeah, right? We'll teleport. I think that'll work out well. Yeah, tomorrow we're just doing a whole we're doing some like open half kneeling, I think, in some Indian clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm going to do an Indian club session on Saturday. Just all Indian clubs. So if anyone hasn't got Indian clubs, well, first of all, why not? But if you haven't picked yourself up a set, anything you can hold in your hands will be fine. Little bottles of water, like as Crispin's got there, 2, 1 of each. Get them both the same size would help, and both filled with water. Yeah, that's it. Or as I say, anything equally suitable. And they're perfect, to be honest, because you're looking at Indian clubs are £1 in weight, or the ideal ones that we use. So what's that? That's half a kilo of water, so that's 0.7 of a pound, is it? Something like that. Anyway, so.
But you know what? If you get Amazon Prime, they can be there by Saturday if you don't have Indian clubs.
Yeah.
So you can prime you with some Indian clubs, and they'll be there by Saturday if you order them tonight.
So
I'm not a salesperson.
The one concept.
All righty, so if no questions, we'll see you all in the Corey and Chelsea show.
Cheers, Crispin. Thanks, everyone.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Ciao.